Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Tulia.
Bye.
We are going to be chatting today about the mysteries of the equine fascia or of the myofascial systems in equines. So if you are joining us today, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you are in the world. Let us know that you can hear us. So just pop a comment and we'll be able to see if you guys hear us. Hi, I see there are some people live with us. Hi, please let me know if you can hear us. Let me know where you're from, where you are in the world, and yeah, that you can see and hear us clearly. So Tulia, thank you so much for joining us today to speak about the mysteries of the equine fascia. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
So Tulia, will you quickly introduce yourself to us while our listeners let us know that they can hear and see us? And then we'll start chatting.
Yeah. I graduated as a physio 2000, so 20 years already. I have been working with humans and animals. So I worked in the beginning with humans, and then I specialized with horses and dogs. So 2002, I think, was the year I graduated also animal physio. I have been doing a lot of courses about acupuncture, kinesiotaping, a lot of manual techniques like Maitland concept, osteopathic techniques, motor control. So I have been learning a lot during this year. So every year has been really like the educational year. And then I think it was 10 years ago, I would say, that we popped up to the fascia itself. So first, I did Tom Myers and the myofascial. Excuse me for a second. My dog is there, like. So
Go for it, Celia. Go for it. Open up. Hi, Caroline. Hi, everyone else that's listening. Please let us know where you are in the world and if you can hear and see us clearly.
Excellent. So he was there, like, let me out. Okay. So the fascia, last 10 years I have been really working on like 110% of my time with fascia, learning different modalities, different techniques, and of course with the Stecco family we have been evolving and developing the animal fascial manipulation, so that is really like my child. So that I have been doing a lot, but I have been really like privileged to know many kind of techniques, many different approaches, and I think that's also giving me quite wide approach how the fascia can be treated, very gentle way and also a little bit tighter way. So I'm very happy to share my ideas also about fascia.
Thank you. So hi to everyone who's come online and joined us in the last few moments. We are going to be chatting about the mysteries of the myofascia, which we're chatting about this topic because Tulia is going to be doing a series of webinars for us next month on our equine members portal, all about the fascia, which we're really excited about. So if you haven't had a look at that lineup yet, head over to our website and check it out. I'm very excited about it. And because we're excited about it, we want you guys to get on board and to get excited too. So we're going to be running a little competition during this live while we chat about about fascia, really. So we're going to be running a competition. So if you are not an online Pet Health member, you can win a ticket to the entire series. What you need to do is share in the comments what you think the theme for the Vet Rehab Summit is going to be this year. So we've already chosen the theme, and I already have some lecturers planned, and Meg and the rest of the team already have an idea for how it's going to play out and work. So we've been working hard. So let us know what you think our theme is going to be this year. And the best guess, not the closest, the best guess will win a ticket to our series. So back on topic, Tulia, can you share a little bit with me what the fascia actually is, and how you how you discovered it, like in your work. How did it become real to you?
Yeah, it is a good question, because I was really doing manipulative techniques, manipulations, and well, trigger points, and I think I got already good results with the mobilization, with the manipulation. I was pretty happy worker with those tools also. But then I think we just we started to do dissections first with Gil Hadley, with Carlos Teco. Then we did our own dissection with the horses, and then it really like get me into the topic, because when you see under the skin, you really get the idea that, ooh, there is this kind of stuff everywhere, which is connecting, separating, uniting things, which is isolating, doing something there that nobody has been really like telling and teaching me. And I was thinking that it's here, it's under the skin, it's connected to the skin. And always when I'm doing something with my hands, I'm always connected with the skin for sure. And then my touch will go deeper and deeper and deeper. So superficial fascia, fat, the deep fascia, the connections in the deeper, even in the visceral fascia. So that was really the thing that got me into it, because when doing the cross sections, when going layer by layer, when looking how the connections from the surface are connected to the inside the body, you can understand how the pockets, how the compartments are, and in what kind of parts from the surface you can go really deep in the body when you follow the fascia itself, because it was very intriguing. And I think that was really the thing why I really chose that, oh, okay, this is my path, that I will go with this one, because in that time it was pretty new and nobody was talking about that one. Only a couple of people were really enthusiastic about the fascia and getting the things coming up. Of course, now when we look the history, already Andrew Teller still talk about fascia, how the fascia is really connected to the nervous system, how the things are connected with the white stuff. And also in Finland, it was this Yrjö Kajava. The name is pretty funny, maybe in your ears, but he was a doctor doing operations, and he was thinking that people need treatment before the operation to get better, and he got really good results. So he was like early, I think it was 1900 something. So quite long ago, he was already thinking how the system should be taken care of to get better results after operation and things like that. So I think that was really, when you look his drawings and the old, like very old, more than 100 years old anatomy books, you see that he has been thinking fascia there. So it's interesting that it has forgot. There's a time gap that people have been forgetting it and concentrating more on the red stuff, more on the myo part, and forgetting the fascia, the white part. So now I think it's very nicely put here that it's the mystery of myofascia, because they are not separated, they are always of course together. So it's also one thing that people, you are the fascia lady, you know, only the fascia thing. It's like, I really have been also learning about the nerves, the joints, the muscle. It's not so that I'm only fascia type of person. I'm really like the unity type of person, that you have this kind of unison and you have everything connected anyway. So why
I like
not? Yeah.
is there a delay on the sound here? I'm hearing an echo. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Does
can
it
also.
sound okay to you guys? I love that
Yeah.
you've said now that like you're the unity type of, you're bringing everything together, because that's really what the fascia is, right? That's what the fascia is
Yeah.
doing. So the fascia is not about this structure. It's
Yeah.
about all the structures, bringing them all together. How is the nervous system working with the vascular system, with the muscular system, with the skeletal system, with the skin, with the viscera? It's connecting everything. That's the mystery of it to me still. I don't understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I think that's also the thing, that it's keeping the things on their own places. That this muscle is here and it's supposed to be in this area, not somewhere else. Because without fascia, the muscle isn't there where it's supposed to be. So I think if you look the body world, how they have been building those, like the human forms, and of course there are animal forms also, where they put things into different positions. So there you can really see what is then when you are separated, when you like cut things. So I think it's a good idea that when we are breathing or the animals are breathing, we have our skin still intact us. then then we really need the system which is working, also the fascial system.
So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments. And if you're watching the recording, we'll come back and answer them in the comments for you. But yeah, we're here to chat to you guys, to answer your questions. So please feel free to share. One of the questions that I have is, I'd love to hear from you how you would describe the feeling of working on or with the fascia, the fascial lines, the fascial slings, specifically thinking about those connections that travel through the body. Like, what is your experience feeling? What does that feel like to you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe the first sentence I would highlight is like, know your anatomy. Because when you know what is under the skin, in that place where you are, you can connect, or maybe it is better to say that you can mindset. With your mindset, you can think in which level you are. Are you more on superficial parts? Are you more on the deeper parts? Or do you want to focus like even deeper with your touch? Because I think that the mindset and the intuition and also the intention you have, I think that is the biggest thing you have as a therapist. Because if you don't have any intention when you are doing things, you don't get so good results. So I think it's always like surprising how little you can do and how big things you can you can get as a result. And also when you are moving the layers, you might feel first that, oh, it's very stuck on this way, moving nicely on this way, but from this way no movement. And then when you just work, you just feel the melting, or that would be maybe good thing to say, that the tissue under your skin is getting more warm and also more elastic. This thing was the thing we were asking to one of our cooperative doctors, because he has very good ultrasound equipment, and we were feeling this kind of crunchy knot. And I was asking that, Yoko, can you show what is this when you look it on ultrasound? And he was saying, of course I can show you. I thought, yeah. And then when you can see that the fascial layers, most of the places you have 3 layers like this, and between you have loose connective tissue, and then very rich in hyaluronan. And when this area is getting stuck, Ida Rolf was already like years ago saying that tissue will glue together. And I think that is very nicely said, because you really feel that the tissue are like this. They are not open and they are not moving, but they are glued together. But when you can do cross friction massage, you can do this kind of very slow melting techniques. I think whatever you can, or you can even put an acupuncture needle and do the rotation. That will solve the gluing phenomenon from between the layers. And then you get the feeling of the melting or the elasticity. And you can see the same in ultrasound. And if you look also the elastography, you can see that the viscoelasticity is getting better when you feel that, okay, now the tissue is loose and relaxed, you can see that the uh, layers are moving, the fascial layers are moving better, and you can see the viscoelasticity is changed. And I think that was also one turning point. When I saw that one, I was like, ah, I knew it was like this. And then when it's like, you can really say that I feel this, and somebody can see this if there is a good device, you can see that one. And I think also when doing the dissections, I have been doing that many times, that, okay, I feel some kind of scar or knot, or you could say trigger point or whatever. And then you are taking the skin off and looking like window, that what is underneath, and the place you were touching, you think that it's like an egg. Oh, here's a terrible place. And then when you open it, it's like a tiny string which is between the layers. So the skin is magnifying the things which is happening under. And I
That's
think that's
incredible.
very cool.
That's incredible. That must be a huge aha moment to feel and to see and to have the pieces fit together for you. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and I think I'm so grateful for all the owners who have provided me those horses, because really, there have been many horses that I have been treating years, and feeling things and thinking that, okay, it's like that, and well, what is the thing? And then when it's time to put them down, they are offering me the possibility to open and look, and then you are like, it was like this. I would never estimate that it was like this when I was feeling it. So it's very cool. And I think it's also educating your fingers and educating your mindset, because once you feel it, and when you look it under, you know that, okay, next time when I feel this one, I know that under it might be like this. Of course, there are a lot of individual things, but still, the scarring, the adhesions, this kind of cramps, you feel they are more or less the same when you look under.
That really highlights for me how important it is for us to get involved with dissections. So yeah, just on a
Yeah.
regular, to find a place where you can go and do dissections every now and then, I think that is so valuable. So Julia, you have some fans here, Martina Neidhart and Mary
Hi,
Scotland.
Martina. And hi, Marie.
Mary is saying that she can't wait to take your course once
Yeah,
we're allowed to move around again. But
yeah,
Mary, you have to just do the online series for now. It's the best we can do.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
best we
and I miss all the people who have been attending the course, because they are really knowledgeable people, and I really learn a lot when people come to the courses and share their knowledge, because of course there is a lot of things that I don't know, and people, there are many people who know better than me many things, so it's always like, oh, I never think that way. And then, of course, I hope I can give something back also from the fascial point of view.
So I'm very curious about the myofascial lines. So essentially, like if we read up on fascia at the moment, we'll see a lot of images of the lines that go through the body. And you've mentioned the superficial and the deeper and the visceral lines briefly now as you were talking. But I would like to know, are these lines connected to each other, or are they actually separate lines? Because the fascia is connected, right? So then,
Yeah,
in my mind,
yeah,
there must be interconnections between them. And I also want to know about the different terminology that we come across. So I've read about lines and about slings and all kinds of other descriptions. So I'd love to understand a little bit better how those descriptions are connected and how the lines are separate or connected.
yes. Definitions are always the hard thing. And for sure, everything is connected in a three-dimensional way. That's for sure. And I think when you see the images where you see the lines, it's more like a drawing of somebody's mind, how they have been thinking, how the movement is. If I give you an example about animal fascial manipulation, our lines are called sequences, diagonals, and spirals. And we have different lines and different sequences for different motions. But for example, in kinetic lines, they are using different terms. But when you put the like fascial manipulation lines and the kinetic lines, and you put them together into the same picture, you see that, okay, there is a lot of similarities. And I think also if you add their meridians, you are in the same idea. So I would say that almost 2000 years ago already, or maybe even more, people were thinking about connections and the lines. And now we are giving them different names. Bladder meridian would be our retromotion, or it would be the uh, like superficial back line, or this kind of thing. So it's always the nomenclature, or what is the thing you are facing. So when you know different techniques, you follow different language. And I would say that it's always like a new language which you are learning. For example, in fascial manipulation, you are like learning a new language when you learn the location of the points, you learn the location of the lines. But that's the same with the acupuncture. You learn the names of the points again. They are like very different if you think from the muscle point of view. If you think the trigger point of erector spinae, and then you can say that bladder 20 something, or you could say retrolumbi, or the points are giving names and the lines are giving names. And I think that's because the human brain needs that kind of system, because the system will help you to understand how the body works. But in the end, at the same time, there are no lines and there are plenty of lines because everything is connected to the movement, because different body parts are working together when you are moving forward, when the horse is doing the lateral bending of the neck, doing the rotations. Maybe there's hind leg which is pushing and then the neck is turned. So it is the combination of many lines and many functional properties of the body which they are using at the same time. And of course, when the animal or we are working, we don't think the line way. we think the movement, we think the direction, and that's it in the brain level. But we can, of course, to help our brain to understand that when you have this retromotion line or the extension line of the body, this kind of muscles or the myofascial units are combined in that moment.
I love that you're talking about the different, like we need to, as people, give things names to feel like we understand them, right? So that we can create a language and a system of communication when we're discovering something new. And when you start to learn all the different systems, like or the different languages and techniques, right? Like you've just mentioned acupuncture, then you start to see, but really they overlap. They're similar. There are things that are the same. They're just called different things. One of the most interesting naming, now, you mentioned names now, that I've learned or come across is definitely the T-touch names for things. So I don't know if there are any other people who have done some T-touch, but those names are interesting. And then you're just like, okay, I need to take this seriously, but it's called tiger or something.
Yeah, and there's a very old Finnish book about the techniques, and I can't even say it in English, but they are rubbing the nose and getting the nose upside down and things like that, or getting the buttocks up and then flip. So the names for the old techniques were like, oh my God, who has been using these ones? But nowadays it's much fancier to say the name of the fascial point.
Now we sound clever. We make ourselves sound clever. I just want to say hi to everyone who's joined us. We have a few new people watching. So hi guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Mary, I want to, if you missed in the beginning, we are running a competition, so you can win a free ticket to join our series, our webinar series. Let me not get tongue-tied now. What you need to do to qualify to win that ticket is comment for me what you think our theme will be at this year's Vet Rehab Summit. So we're already planning the summit, and if you guys are familiar with any of our previous years of summits, we've had some very interesting themes. Last year was connection. That was the most interesting and different. But we like themes like athletes, neurological conditions. So those are some of the ones we've had in the past. Obesity, we've done that one. So let me know what you guys think we might do this year. And you might win a ticket to our series that will be running next month. So the next question I have for you, Tulia, is what can we expect from the series next month?
Yeah, that's a good question. So first episode, which will be 3rd of March, we are dealing with what is fascia. So I'm giving you the definition, what we are working at the moment also for the equine and canine fascial atlas. So how it is, like, what is the superficial fascia, what is the deep fascia, how they are connected, or are they connected, and what is happening in the cell level, fiber level, so from micro to macro level, that would be the thing. And then, of course, I'm showing you some ideas how the fascia is in different anatomical level. So that is also helping you to understand what you are touching. Of course, always when you are seeing it on a video, it's not the same thing when you are doing it yourself and really feeling the tissue. But still, I think this is the first step to understand what kind of anatomy we have when we are talking about really the myofascia, not only the myo part of the body. So that will be the episode 1.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And then the second episode, we are working with the fascial phenomenon. So we are taking hysteresis, creep, force transmission, proprioception, fascial recoil, and thinking the elasticity of the body, how the elasticity is created in the body. So I think that will be also a big episode to understand how the function is like intertwined with the what is fascia doing in the orchestra, I would say. When you have the nerves, you have the vessels, you have the muscles, joints, bones, but what the fascia is doing there. And then the third one, we are talking about the myofascial slings, or the loops, or the connections, whatever. So how in the head and neck area, trunk, foreleg, hind leg, how there are this kind of slings. For example, what good example would be the sling between vastus lateralis and biceps femoris, which is connected to the stifle and then continuing there from towards the hock. So that would be one example. And also, for example, abdominal connections to the medial side of the thigh. So I'm showing the pictures and we are looking how the connections are. And then the last one, the fourth one, we are building strong and elastic myofascial system. So how to train and how to take myofascia into the consideration, because the time frame when you get injured, or when you have, for example, in a horse, you have a tendon injury, how do you think that fascia will correct itself? So what do you need in the basics? What do you need when you are building the resilient body, and how the myo part will react and how the fascial part will react, and how you put them together? That will be the last one.
I'm very excited.
So a lot of information, I would say.
I'm very excited. So it's a 4-part series, 4 lectures, 4 hours, spread over the month of March. If you guys want to join us, all of our members have access to it. If you're not a member of Online Pet Health, you will be able to purchase access to the series, or you can enter our competition and let me know what you think the theme is going to be for this year's Vet Rehab Summit. So we already have a guest from Dawn, Fascia. That's a very good guess. So bring some more. Let's see what you guys think we will be covering this year at the Vet Rehab Summit. Tulia, why do you think it is important for us as therapists to know and understand what the fascia is and how it works?
I think it's all how the reactions, because the loose connective tissue between the dense connective tissue is the tissue which is very connected to the nervous system, and that is the thing you feel changing, because when you treat horses you feel immediate changes. So loose connective tissue and the nervous system is the one which is reacting there immediately. Of course, in a when you have long time frame and you are doing the rehabilitation and things, of course you get like you benefit in every way, but where in the instant way you have to understand what is happening in the instant way and what is happening in the long period of time. And in the instant way, nervous system, loose connective tissue, hormonal levels, those ones are reacting immediately. And I think that is also very good point of thinking, that is the horse able to get your treatment, like able to do things you are asking, or is it able to respond to your touch? Because if the nervous system is, like your autonomic nervous system is overactive, you are in a catabolic state of mind, and that is not the best way to improve things. So you need to calm the nervous system anyway. And there are a lot of techniques from the fascial point of view that are really calming down the nervous system. And then you get to the anabolic state, and then you can get like the athlete going on. Because I think, for example, in Finland, many trotters, for example, they are very sensitive horses, warm-blooded horses, and they get very active nervous system, like very active, and they are in that flight mode always. And when you just get to a chance that you are able to treat them and get them more in the state of mind that they are okay, they are really performing better than before. So I think that is also a big thing to people to understand, that it's not only the thing that the rider or the driver or the what that is doing, or how we are creating the rehabilitation plan, but also how we are creating the mental state that the horse can learn or improve even. And of course that the human has to be also in good mental state. Because I think the humans are so often putting their bad things to the to the animals, and then they are like, oh, my owner is always nervous. There is something wrong in the environment.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like our own emotional state, that of the owner, whoever's working with that animal does, yeah, we feed off each other. We feed off of each other both ways, right? So I just want to say hi to everyone who's joined us. Hi, Pip. I have some more guesses. You guys need to choose different topics. Only one person can choose one topic. So what else do you guys think we might cover in the Vet Rehab Summit at the end of this year? That will be on the 13th of November, if I remember the date right now. Yeah, so Ali's shared with you how to enter the competition. Guess the theme of our Vet Rehab Summit for 2021, and you can win a ticket to our webinar series in March on Fascia. Thank you, Ali. Tulia, we were having a little chat before we came live about your authoring, your love of writing books. I don't know if you love it, but you definitely do it a lot, so I hope you do. Tell us a little bit about some of the books that you have coming out soon that we need to keep our eyes open for.
Yeah, I must love it, because I'm always working on the nighttime with those ones, because working on the daytime to get some money and and things, and then writing in the nighttime to understand better. Yeah, at the moment, I'm authoring the book about equine and canine fascial atlas. It's maybe already 2 years that I have been saying that it's coming, but maybe maybe this year it's really coming. But we want to be very precise with that one. We want to define things correctly. We have been digging so many studies and looking so many dissections for that one, but I think it will be very, very nice. And then I'm also participating this kind of equine rehab book. So those are the ones which I'm doing now. And then in the past, I have been doing one English book about fascial manipulation. That's on human side, but it's the Elsevier book, where is also one chapter about the animal fascial manipulation. It's not so big, but anyway. And then we have a Finnish book about fascia, mobility training, and then massage treatment techniques. And then but I'm ready with that one. I wrote one children book about fears, and it's coming, I think, this year. But that was easy because it just came, and I write it like, and okay, now it's ready. But the fascia book hasn't been so easy. We have been really digging things before that book.
That's okay if we don't meet our timelines and deadlines because we're trying to do things better. That's all right. So take your time and do it well, and we will wait patiently and look forward to it.
Oh yeah, and of course this time is forcing us also to do some online training. So I really hope we can get something also out from that side. But it's also hard because I really love to teach face to face, and of course the method is really practical. So it's a little bit hard to think how to build that kind of course that you should be online teaching something practical. So it's not so easy.
It is a challenge within our industry in general.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've had some amazing guesses here. I love this. I like this multimodal approach to rehab and the multidisciplinary team. That's a very good one. And Dawn, of course, you're allowed a second guess. Proprioception is a fantastic one. And Elena, the layers of function. I'm going to have to add that one to my list because that is a very good theme, a very good theme. Let me see if there are any other ones. So I have fascia. I think those are the only ones. Well done, guys. Julia, do you have a favorite between those? Fascia, the layers of function.
Yeah, I should say fascia for sure, but I also like that layers of function because that is including fascia, so that would be very nice.
I really like that. Okay, I'm going to choose a winner right now. We're going to choose a winner right now. Julia, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay. The winner of our competition is Elena. Well done. The layers of function is by far my favorite theme that you guys have thrown my way today. So I'll get in touch with you after the live. If you guys are watching this as a recording, please, I know that I've just chosen a winner, but post your ideas in the comments and maybe we'll choose another one. There are a few more weeks to go before the series, so there's plenty more time for us to give away some gifts. Yes, so thank you so much, Julia, for joining me today. Thank you so much to everyone who's live with us. It's always really awesome to be able to chat with you guys, to see you here. And I look forward to some more guesses for everyone who's watching and who's still thinking. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'm going to use it. Okay. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you for so much.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye-bye.